But if Mauricio is on point and just goes crazy, I think this might favor Enlite. But we'll see how it turns out.
I think comps-wise, this should favor White Noise, but we'll see here. Going with the standard thing so far, the QR Squelcher and the Stamper, and same thing for White Noise. And here we go with Jared and Orion opening up on the start of the map, going straight for that Stamper, but the Stamper's just bait. He's not here to fight, he's actually here to let the Squelcher fight the Tetra, which is much more difficult for the Tetra to deal with. Crab Tank's going to come out to try to mitigate things, but it's both crabs being used very early. One of the crabs gets pushed off the wall, and Mauricio's trying to find some space here. Has the Zipcaster at the ready to get a push off, and are trying to hold some space on the left side of the map. We do see that the Squelcher gets a trade here. Another one of the splashes goes down, though, and White Noise is able to win this fight so far. And they also just have a Tetra behind them. It looks like Mauricio's zip-casting away, but the Tetra is still behind them here, trying to find a pick. But unfortunately, no real player to target, gets weakened by the Zipcaster on the way out. But able to at least hold their own plat and keep the splashes occupied. Gets a nice break on the crab, slider straight into mid, and gets a lot of damage onto the Squelcher.
Can they get, that's 3, can they get Mauricio?
And Mauricio probably just going to try to sit behind, try to pull the team backward, keep them off their own plat. This is a really good tactic that we see a lot. It's just, if you're not going to be able to back off safely, it's better to pull the attackers away from your side of the base. And in this case, they're set up here, but they're one clam short, and they are not making it fast. That really was made way too slow. And then the Crab Tank gets targeted, able to get a kill onto the Squelchers, able to get a kill onto another player, and the Crab's going to be able to score so many points, and the last player goes down. White Noise setting up here for the push, and they're doing a fantastic job recalling clams here. The Squelcher is trying to stop the Rapid from scoring,
wait, Taco.
But more
Taco
points.
More clams.
2 players go down. What is going on?
They're pushing the aggression. This is good for White Noise. They're just going to constantly push.
The Crab Tank might finally be the thing to stop this push. But oh my god, they kept that going so much further than you ever should have expected them to do. And that is a great start for White Noise.
Great play coming out from White Noise. April holding that down, and then Taco continuously sacrificing her life to score. Right now, they're losing their plat and mid, but this is okay because they have Tetra coming in mid. And one goes down on the side of Enlite. Can Tetra...
Good pick from Mauricio, able to find one. Has the Zipcaster ready, but opting to just fight with the main weapon for the time being, just to get set up on plat. Has the Zip if things get dicey, and there we go. That's the idea of holding Zip for later. It's okay, you can use it as kind of a makeshift panic button and get out of there. And the Rapid Blaster goes down. The Tetra's going to have to find enough picks to sabotage things, but goes for the weapon that can move on its jump, and unfortunately it doesn't quite work out for them. This Crab Tank's going to look a little scary here.
I know they're holding so much pressure. They just need to get clams in, and they can probably stall it out. But yeah, they do get it. They do get it. That's good.
There we go. The first 2 go down there. Rapid Blaster finds some nice picks. Able to get onto the left side of the map there. And another goes down. It's just the Stamper trying to hold control on the left side. Gets a burst bomb onto the Rapid, but getting teamed on by a lot of different players. Gets a bit of damage, but not able to find a kill. At least able to maintain control of their position. There is a crucial charge slash kill. Going to be able to follow up on the Tetra, but Orion's still alive. And the camera went crazy there for a second for some reason, but you cannot leave Orion alive! They zipped away, but that left the splash unguarded, and the Tetra's able to find a kill.
No, he loses the duel to the dually Squelchers.
Yeah, at least finally going down there, but damage has been done. That's going to slow down the push. It's going to prevent the Crab Tank, and now pushing with the Weight by itself is not enough. Very crucial kill from Orion. He needed to find the kill on the Splasher. That would have been really bad for them. They're still behind them, though. Finds damage on another player. Mauricio goes down. Crab Tank gets forced on the left side of the map. And Orion is still alive through all that, mind you. He's still behind them here, trying to look for a kill, but the Crab will finally secure it.
He's just such a big distraction right now, and he's just stalling them out so well.
Yeah, unfortunately, the problem, though, with mid-control maintained, even though they're not pushing, they're just getting clam after clam after clam. It's just getting more and more scary if the defense fails, and we're seeing it start to buckle here. The Rapid's the last player alive. She's going to try to retreat. The Sword's coming after the Rapid Blaster, but the Sword gets sniped by the Rapid!
And the strike's
and the Tri-Strike kills the ball before it can score! And they're not able to get the second football! And they hold map control, they hold a lead, and now they actually do have the middle of the map. They're in charge of all the clam spawns, but they cannot let Mauricio get a foothold here. They have to stop him now. Orion goes in, finds a trade with the Sword.
Trade with him. This is good, and the QR on Tetra, but not on the Stamper, so this is going to be big.
It's going to be a crucial difference here. 2 go down,
Go
Crab Tank
down.
comes out.
Tetra's already back as well,
They're
and they
going
might
to be able to score another power clam to extend the lead, but that could be dangerous. They have the power clam, which means they are going to get overtime. This Splash has to stay alive or find a kill, and they're trying, but their whole team's aware of them. The Splash is not able to get out.
Ooh, Narisha gets to pick on Jared.
Narisha's going into the cast away. The ball gets scored. The other ball can't be scored yet, though, because it's in the Crab Tank. If they're somehow able to get a pick, which they are, April gets the kill. Orion's watching the football. Kiwi and Narisha are the only ones alive. Narisha scores. Jumps go in. They cannot let that Squelcher score, though.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Taco gets the kill. It's just Kiwi. Kiwi goes down, and they hold. White Noise takes the game.
Taco and April shutting them down. Jared died, and that was a very big pick on the side of Enlite, and that gave them the opportunity to score like that, but Taco and April just shut down both clams twice.
That might have been one of the most clutch defenses I have ever seen!
First game goes to White Noise.
What a play! That was ridiculous! Wow. Just killing a Crab Tank to be able to drop the football, not letting the Squelcher, a weapon with high mobility, get the football, taking down Narisha while they score, not letting the other Splash get a kill on the Rapid, who is up close to them. So many things, and one of them going wrong would have lost them the game. They needed to do all of those in a row to successfully defend it, and they did.
Great team play and punishing from White Noise. They played phenomenal in that game. So did Enlite. Enlite almost came back.
It looks like they're going to be subbing.
Oh. Wait. Oh, I thought Narisha was out. I was about to say.
Narisha's staying in. The Squelcher is staying in. It looks like it's one of the Splash players that's subbing out. But wow, what a game.
That was an amazing game. That was phenomenal from both teams. Great plays and great entertainment, honestly.
They're subbing in Oscar.
Oh.
Oscar will be subbing in. So, we're going with Splash. That's not the correct name. I don't even know if it's the right player.
Zone's Fodder Heights is next? Wow. Okay. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, Zone's Flounder is game 2, and that's a more difficult sword map, for sure. It's also a more difficult Tetra one, but it's a QR favoring map. Rapid here is a bit iffy. I think that's going to be the main difficulty of this.
Yeah, I agree. On this map, the comp that White Noise has, I think they can just hold so much control with the Rapid. I think they might switch it up. Because knowing Jared, he does not like to play Splash here. So he might
maybe they'll do, like, I could see Dapple here. I think Dapple could be very interesting. Maybe, like, Dapple Machine Tetra and a Splash. That could work out really well, actually. And that would also fix Rapid being vulnerable here, but we'll have to see what they do. We have a bit of a holdup here. I'm not sure if this player is Oscar and they just don't have the right name, or if someone random just happened to guess the password and we have to remake the whole room. Yeah, we do have to wait for a little bit. Is there still someone jumping here? Yeah. No, April's jumping. Everyone likes jumping in front of the camera. So, there we go. We'll entertain it. They do. We got the 10 FPS squid bagging. 10 FPS 2D squid bagging while we wait for someone to change their name.
April's just hyped right now.
And yeah, we're just waiting for one of the members of Enlite to hop in the room. So sorry for the slight delay, guys. But as soon as he's there, we'll be getting underway, continuing with the set. Reminder, this is best of 9 sets. We are far from finishing the set, of course. Still going to be a lot of games to go in order to determine a winner here. But White Noise is, you know, off to a very good start. DVD logo screensaver on stream for chat to have something to watch. Here, I'll do the DVD thing, okay? Here. I'll be it. Here you go, entertainment. Because joining rooms is hard. No, we're right. I can't hit the bottom. Well, it hit the corner, guys.
There's no way. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna guess that's close enough, unless if the LUTI staff wants to specify. So I'll get the game started. All right, but yeah. Here we go. What do we think about going into Flounder Heights?
I think this is going to favor White Noise a lot with their comp. Unless they change it completely and do something crazy. But I'm genuinely curious to see what Enlite runs, personally.
Yeah, if anything, I think this could be difficult for White Noise, with their default comp at least. I think it's a really difficult map to do rapid on. It's very hard to retake. There's a lot of angles to approach from. It's hard to maintain effective range, and it's just a lot of different factors that can be really difficult to deal with at the same time. Obviously, Taco experienced enough to make it work, but we'll have to see what happens.
It's also dependent on Enlite's comp, because if they run a specific comp, she might be able to counter it, because Tri-Strikes is good here, and Rapid can just clip on the sides of the wall. So it could be usable, especially at a high level play. But we'll see also what else her teammates run. So it'll be interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, for sure. And here we go on to the next match. We're going to be getting started here, and for White Noise, we're going to be seeing, the Machinist I predicted, but not the Dapple. Instead, going to be going with the 52. And we see an Ink Brush coming out from the side of Enlite.
What?
Which is not the weapon I knew Oscar could play, but alright, sure, I'm down for it. I like this map for Brush. It's pretty interesting for it. Let's see what we get here.
Right now, painting up for Crab, and I believe every other special, but the one goes down on the side of White Noise. That Chara gets a pick on their VDX, that's really good. And he retreats and goes back to their side. One sharking under the bridge as well. Paying attention to their Tetra. Whoa.
Yeah, the Brush able to call him out, but still 2 players have to focus him for the time being. Able to find the kill, though, and that's going to leave April and Taco. They're going to be trying to hold the left side of the map here. They do have the Booyah Bomb to get things started here, but they have to be careful. Jared manages to trade, but you lose that left side angle. They're going to be regaining it using the Crab Tank. And the Sword's going to be weak to the machine, but they're going to just opt to back off. Sword not able to get out alive, and that just leaves a Dually Sculpture player hiding on the wall. And they're on bottom left right now, trying to hold some semblance of map control. Are able to find a nice kill on the April there. Really smart fight from them. Jared's dropping off. They're very close to that killer whale. They need to get and use that. But unfortunately, the zone was not actually flipped in this fight. And if they lose this fight, it's going to be really bad for them because of that.
Yeah, right now Jared's just going back and forth, trying to stall him out, moving around the map, helping his team. April gets a trade with one of their players, and that's 3 down, though, on the side of One Night. That's a wipe.
Yeah, Rush able to find a kill. They're going to be going on the right side. Has the Splat Bomb ready. Has Whale being charged up right now. And they're going to be opting to use a Crab Tank really early. It's going to get a kill on Orion, but, I mean, that's not the most valuable kill here with the Tetra Dually. It's just not a weapon that really cares about that too much. And now they've lost the Crab Tank. Here comes the Whale and Booyah Bomb. Going to be used at the same time. Finds a kill onto the Ink Brush user. Mauricio's just trying to stay on the high ground, or at least to play an angle, and use that Zipcaster from the advantageous location, where they have to worry about his recall. And so far, things are working out well. And Light is very slow to put, or sorry, White Noise is very slow to push in outside of the Tetra, who is able to find a kill, but they go down. The Zipcaster gets sniped though immediately, so it doesn't go off. But it's just the splash to try to paint and contest the
April
zone.
with the play. Can
They're
she get it?
trying to hold. They can't let it flip even for a moment. The brush goes down, but that's the one moment they needed, and the zone flips. And Light just seemed, or sorry, White Noise just seemed unusually hesitant there outside of the Tetra. And that regroup just happened to be way too slow. They were able to get picks, they were able to get jumps back in, and you can't push in slowly on this map. The defending team, if they have jumps to go back in, they are fine to take their time and let those jumps come back in.
Great coordination from Enlite. They played that really, really well. I think just White Noise was a little scattered, and they were taking constant 1v1s on each side, so they weren't really like getting a lot of team plays and coordination going on, and they would just stagger themselves out as well. But also, I was surprised with the machine pick. I thought the Rapid would come out, but
yeah, I like I said, it's a very weak map for Rapids. Like, I thought that this would be something they would switch to. But if Rapids what they're more comfortable with, good news. There's only one flounder. It's not being picked yet, so.
Next is Rainmaker Blind Water, though.
Yeah, Rainmaker Brian is interesting, to say the least. It's another more difficult sword map. It's a very good Tetra map because the flanks that are normally very slow are actually faster for Neelys because of their dodge rolls to be able to just descend more quickly. The Reef Slider is actually kind of decent with how clumped people are. It's likely to at least break a crab before it goes down. So it's like a bit better here. So Tetra is going to be a really strong pick here. And I think even Tri-Strike's pretty solid with how clumped people are on this map. So it's definitely going to be a map that I think White Noise has a lot of tools to play around, but it's still going to be very unconventional, very difficult for them to make stuff happen.
Also, don't forget, this is Jared's map where he did the crazy tech rolls on Rainmaker, so let's see if he can do it again.
Oh yeah, for sure. If you guys remember the NA Open, there's a very famous clip there now.
Jared rolling back and forth, but we will see.
And we're seeing the brush stay here. Single splash coming out from Enlite. And here we go with the opening. Both teams going to be really slow. Looks like they're going to let Narisha's team pop. Makes sense they do the sword. It's going to be difficult to contest that since they don't really have many weapons to challenge your shield. And this Squelcher sword pairing has been very interesting to watch. Both weapons do still kill rather slow at that range, but the Squelcher does add a lot of mobility to still be very threatening. That being said, this push is not going their way. There's a brush in their backline, but the Rainmaker's just going to run to the checkpoint, not care too much. As long as they're able to notice the brush is behind them, this shouldn't be too bad. Or they can just ignore it. Who needs to pay attention to the brush if you're just simply faster than them?
Kako just going in and getting points and saying, I don't care about the brush. I need some points.
And she was just able to run all the way to 37. Another splash goes down.
Decent
and the Rapid's coming out of spawn. Rapid able to find some nice damage immediately. A lot of players set up on the right side of the map. Orion's going to go in for the Rainmaker, but goes down. They're going to be able to damage that Wavebreaker, but one more shot required to break it. They take it down. There's a Zipcaster behind them who's able to find a pick, though. That's really bad for them, and the Zipcaster's going to recall safely. The brush trade, so at least we took care of one of the aggros, but it's just the Splash-O-Matic here. Luckily, with the crab, they're going to have a bit more power than you might expect. They're going to be able to walk for it here, and the Rainmaker's able to get the lead.
They're going to keep going.
Jump being camped by the Rush somewhat. Gonna opt to play patiently. The Rainmaker's still alive here. Another player goes down.
Oh, wait.
The Rapid finally shuts it down, but a lot of damage being done. Taco able to clean up that kill, and they should be able to out-damage the sword with the amount of players they have at the very least. Get the weapon out of there. And they have a jump that they could punish with the brush, hopefully, if they're able to get the pick on that. That's trade, though.
That's really bad.
And they're just going to let the Rainmaker reset in this case. Get it back to the middle of the map rather than try to run it down the slope.
Right now, they just need to gain their plot back because they're just going in and creating so much chaos and holding pressure. VDS gets a pick on the Rapid. Brush does die, but they're aware of this flank. Can you get the pick? Oh.
Yeah,
VDS cuts him down.
Able to find a nice kill onto the Tetra. Able
That's
to find
right
another
now.
kill onto April. And they're just going to push up ahead again. Taco's the only one staying in their way. Nice jump comes in. Taco's able to get 2 kills, though, both on the sword and the ink brush. And Tri-Strike's to try to separate the Squelcher. But they don't know the Squelcher's actually there. Here comes the CDS popping up, gets some damage, and just rolls away.
Great play from the VDS right now. Just holding so much space, and now they're just stalling it out with 2 minutes on the timer. They're just sitting back, waiting for an opportunity to push again. And they have a push to 8, and on this map, that's really hard to get. But it's also Bridewater, so this can go both ways. Considering this map is a big chokehold from their spawn. But right now, Taco is coming back in with their team leading the push, getting right side control and trying to stall them out. Oh, he's gonna get shut down by the brush.
Yeah, do have to be careful here as the Splash gets some more map control in the middle of the map. There with the Tetra, but they don't have the popping power unless if they can get a kill. They do find one on a Kiwi, but the Squelcher and Sword will still be able to out-pop that Rainmaker shield, and they want that mid pop. That's so much map control when mid is this tiny. It makes the Rainmaker shield pop so valuable. And the Tetra is just getting absolutely focused behind him. And they're struggling to find a way in. They need to be chaining these crabs together and getting players set up in the middle of the map. But so far, every single crab they've popped has just gone focused. There's so many options on the side of Enlite to deal with a singular crab tank. They really do need both.
And right now, they're 1 down with Mauricio being out. And 2 go down now because of Taco. Great pick from her.
Oh, but there we go. That is a full
That's a wipe.
And they're going to be able to get the Rainmaker to the corner. And now it's just an uphill battle, quite literally, to get to the 8-point marker. They used 1 crab, but they're going to have another at the ready. They find 1 kill. Second crab is out. Crab's going to body block for the Rainmaker a
out,
bit.
but he gets the pick. That's important. Another 3 down. April needs to live this and give her team an opportunity to get back in. But she gets the pick. Wait, that's Jared. Jared gets the pick, and he doesn't go down yet. Gets shut out, but they're all back up.
But a lot of damage from the Rapid, but it just doesn't convert into a kill. Different targets. And Mauricio knowing they just need to back off here, and they'll be all right.
Yeah. Good defense coming out from Enlite and stalling them out. White Noise almost had that opportunity, but got shut down immediately. And with Rainmaker Pop being stuck, they're trying to inflate it and not let it explode. White Noise does get the pop, though. Which is good. So this is going to be their one last chance. 20 seconds left. Crowd comes out on the side of Enlite. Strikes come out, and White Noise. And another crab as well, and they're holding pressure. 1 goes down.
Oh, that Reef Slider is just absolutely
2.
dead. Mauricio's found 2. He's going to recall soon with the Zipcaster. Probably fine with that. Maybe even able to find the Splash. Not quite, but Burst Bombs will finish it off, and nobody is in position to grab the Rainmaker. That's going to be another game in the favor of Enlight, and they're starting to pick up momentum that White Noise probably wants to stop in that next match.
Yeah. Enlight holding strong defense and waiting for the opportunity to strike when they're pushing in and going on the aggressive, and that's really good from their side. They played really well that game as well. Both teams played phenomenal, with White Noise taking the first push but getting shut out immediately. Wonder how they will retaliate off this, considering now they're down 1 game.
Yeah, we will have to see. The next map we're loading into is Tower Control on Scorch Gorge. Really good for the Stamper Squelcher combo we've been seeing, which is a very interesting combo. I've thought a lot about a weapon pairs with Sword, obviously, as someone who plays it, but I haven't really seen Squelcher Sword before, and I kind of like it, especially for the more open, longer range maps, and we have a disconnect. I will do the room code here, just block A. They'll lock A and I'll do the room code thing. But yeah, we'll just be room coding this, so don't worry about it. All right.
And now we wait. Oh,
Okay, that's Oscar again? He just changed his name? Oh no. Okay, sure. I guess.
Yeah. Should be, right? Unless that was his original in-game name.
Oh, that might just be what he's registered under. Because the staff told him to change his name because OS wasn't, like, close enough. Which is totally fair.
Yeah.
Alright, but we're about to get started with the next match.
Power control storage. The match begins.
Alright, here we go. Game number 4. Wait. Oh, Carbon?
Huh?
Alright.
Wait a minute.
So Oscar is now going to be playing the Carbon Roller. And, yeah, it's just difficult Carbon map to me, like with all the open terrain, but we'll see how they can make it work. Played this a few times with Multi. It's definitely still doable. Definitely have a lot of bait. It's still burst bomb. So, let's see if they can make it happen. But here comes 2 crabs, and the crabs are going to get kills. And
It's a crabs.
everyone's going down. Only the Squelcher. Rarely is 2 crab pop worth it, but in this case, yeah, absolutely, if you can get that. And they're able to get a stagger kill onto the Carbon Roller, ensuring they don't have any Zuka anytime soon. Tri-Strikes are being used a bit early, just trying to get the Tetra in, who's able to trade with the Carbon again. Good trade for them. Matra Zuka is just not going to happen at this point. That's one of the downsides of Carbon. It's a very slow charging Zuka, and so going down does have a big consequence there. Barisha tries to get a little split search play, gets caught out. As the Zipcaster, yes, that wall you cannot Zipcast to. You have to use the Great, because that's how this map works for some reason, and the Zipcaster will stall for a little bit, but ultimately also goes down. And White Noise has major momentum. The Tri-Strikes coming out are just going to push the Squelcher away. The Carbon has to find a kill or something. There's finally one of the first bombs.
No,
and Orion is out of ink at the worst possible time.
Yeah. This map is very easy to come back with, but having 8 as a lead and then holding strong defense is going to be really good for them.
Yeah, it is still very difficult. This map is full of choke points, and if you lose the side of the map, it can be really difficult to push. So even a lead of 8, honestly, just doesn't feel safe at all. But at least it's something. It looks like they're going to have Narisha riding the tower, which means they're not going to have access to that Zipcaster while he's doing the objective. They're able to get a nice double team on the Tetra duty. But still, right now, they really want to pressure that left side. It looks like they're going to try to just have someone walk over there, or even just have the Wavebreaker do it, not even put a player over there. You know, just use the special to act as that extra player you need and keep the Stamper on the tower. Able to find a kill on Orion again. Maybe this is the plan there, just have the Stamper on tower because it can very easily deal with the Tetra dropping in and just not use the Zipcaster for the time being.
Right now they're holding a lot of pressure on White Noise, but White Noise is going to try to do their best to hold defense. Tetra's trying to go in. Can he get a pick? Hopefully so. Yes, he does. Shuts down their Carbon and their Izuka, and as well as Mauricio getting shut out. Tetra is running it down, holding forward, and his teammates pushing with him, getting the picks they need to retake mid and stall out their push. Great team play coming out from White Noise right now.
Yeah, Rapid's able to pressure, almost killed the splash. If that happened, got rid of the defensive crab tank, that'd be huge. But still, they have Crab and Tri-Strike to deal with it, but I'm not sure if I like this Tri-Strike placement. It puts you right in front of the sword, and the sword's more than happy to drop in a mid and take that fight. And this push is going to fall apart when it really should have been a much scarier push, especially with the crab tank ready. At least one of the crabs is still alive. They're going to pop it to try to hold the left side of the map. Because it's used before the sword or Squelcher is there, there's no real way it could be pressured first. And it's going to be able to get off that full duration before the next crab comes out. But that next crab got sniped by something. I must have missed it there. And Mauricio's been sitting on this Zipcaster for a long time here, and still not really able to use it since they're being forced to do tower riding.
And right now, they're just pushing forward and holding so much aggression, but they're getting shut down left and right, one by one, and two are down on the side of their...
Oh, that's a nice
Light,
double, but the Zip's not able to get away. And April gets a nice squid roll kill. April gets 3 kills to shut it down. And Jared will get the last one. What a clutch there. You know, like Mauricio gets the play. It looks like, oh my god, a clutch double kill. Just follow it up with a clutch triple kill, you know? Just one up him. Do one better. And they did.
Coming in and shutting them down by herself. What an amazing player. Constantly holding forward and just taking them out with her individual play. Right now, with 1 minute left on the clock, and one goes down, but they still have their 8 push, and they only got it to 53. So this is still going to be big.
Rapid staying alive here is crucial, but they go back in just too early.
Wait.
And we lose the tri-strikes. The splash is going to be found out. They're going to lose the crab tank charge. And it's just going to be this one crab. This crab cannot go down. It is their only defensive resource they're going to have. They will have tri-strike later, but that is later. Narisha's now riding towers. They're going to have the Zipcaster. Trizuka was used with one more shot left, but it didn't find the crab tank user. And Narisho trying to figure out what he needs to be doing here. Gets the combo. Crab's used early. The Rapid has tri-strike, but they're going to get targeted. The Rapid goes down. Narisho finds 2.
Mauricio gets 2, and right now
Jared goes down. The Tetra has to find something. They find 1. They don't find another kill, and that's the lead.
Oh, that's the lead on Light.
It's not over, though.
Wait a minute.
They're able to touch tower. The Squelcher will go down, and they just have to push, so it's not over, but, oh, that's going to be difficult. Just really a bit of a fumble on the defensive resources. They panicked that by being too aggressive too early on, and that's going to be a bit difficult for them. They have Crab to sustain this tower, but they have to be careful. That sword's going to go in. The Carbon.
Jared gets the pick. Then one of them gets down.
Do they know where Narisho is? No, the Squelcher bumps him off the tower. And, oh, that's a tough one to lose. That game really should have gone in that favor. They had enough to defend, but unfortunately, just the Crab tri-strike weren't coordinated properly, and it left the tri-strike user vulnerable, and the Stamper was able to capitalize off that, and unfortunately, that's going to cost them that game, and they're going to have to try again.
You know, like I said earlier, this map is so, what's it called? It's such a claustrophobic map, especially if you don't hold one side. And it's such, like, you get choked out. And that's literally what happened when you start to panic on the side of White Noise. They just started to hold so much aggression and lost that. And they were able to lose the lead. And Mauricio's team just went in. And right now, they're down 2-1 White Noise. So they need to think of what to change and what to adapt on with Enlite in order to punish them and win for these next few games.
Now, let's see.
Who do you think is going to take this game on? Clan Blitz, Mahi. Oh,
no,
you
let's
good?
see what happens here.
Oh, okay. This map is, I think this might go in the favor of Mauricio, just because of it being Mahi itself. But hopefully I'm wrong, and we see White Noise take the cake, and get the W.
Yeah, we'll have to see as we hop into the next match here. Clan Blitz Mahi. It's a dangerous map mode because one push can kind of just win the whole game. The attacking team has an advantageous position. The clam spawns are all right there, and the map is tiny. It becomes a bit more playable when the water level drops, but it is undoubtedly one of the worst map modes in the game when the water level is up. It's tiny, cramped, and one push can be really devastating. We'll have to see how teams handle this, though. It's a map you definitely need to know how to play in order to beat. And this is going to be even smaller than the other modes of Mahi because the islands don't actually act as like a full route across. It's just kind of somewhere you can stand, which means everyone's going to be centered in this tiny rectangle until someone pushes past 50.
Alright, and seeing Kong coming off White Noise, and switch it back to the brush.
Well, this is something to note. This is somewhere we're going to see Rapid excel, though. The 2 little blocks of cover are all that's there in mid, and Rapid can poke both of those. And Rapid can also sit mid and poke under the ledge. So it's a very strong map for Rapid. We'll be seeing Taco do a lot with it, I'm sure, here. One of the splashes is putting some pressure, gets a crab tank off. trying to put some pressure onto the dually sculpture. And they don't get too much. But they're at least able to get some control on this side. Unfortunately, the Rapid goes down to a bomb there. And even though they were set up, they just don't really have the objective ready. Too many players go down to where they lost a lot of clams. And we're going to be seeing Enlite regroup here as Mauricio finds a nice kill on the right side of the map.
They retook mid so fast, and now they're just clumping them all up on their plat. And Tetra goes down, doesn't get a trade either. That's very crucial right now. And they're going to have a ball and multiple clams on the map. This is going to be big for Enlite to take their push. Oh, one goes down though. They lost their VDS. Tetra goes down too. This is a 1-1 situation.
A lot of player down. They do have a flank though. Nice coordinated play, and that's going to allow the score from the right side onto the basket here. And the Sculpture's set up here. If they can get the Sculpture here, they'll be able to keep up in the basket for a little bit, but unfortunately so many players down that I'm not sure this push can keep going. And wow, that Tetra able to get that kill. That's crazy. And the Brush is in danger as well going down. And this is what can make this map mode so dangerous. Now you have a power clam on top of all the clams in mid from your base. And that's just so much momentum if you could just get the push going. And that Reef Slider finds two. Able to set up well. Here comes the Crab Tank. They need to find a kill quickly, though, or the Crab's going to get broken. There it is. And now that second Crab isn't going to be as contested if they can stay alive from the Brush, which they do. They have all the power clams at the ready, all the map control, all the numbers. They did grab their pity clam, so they're not going to have that ready, but they're going to have a lot to push.
There's going to be a big push coming out from White Noise. All they need to do is not panic and just play safe and smart.
Well, can they score in time? Yes, someone else scores in the nick of time to keep the push open for a little bit longer. Mauricio on the left side trying to push in. The Squelchers coming in. They're going to go for a few more clams to score. And all the way to 24 in one push.
Great push for 24. Right now, two go down on Enlite though. And they're not going to be able to push this. They're going to have to wait it out again.
Yeah, this would have been really scary if they were able to push into the map size, but unfortunately with so many players down, there's not going to be an immediate threat. And White Noise is going to have time to set up a Crab Tank, and they're just stuck. You cannot back out there very easily, and that Crab will cut off your only escape route. Orion will go in and get multiple kills, and we're going to see Taco set up on the left side with April. They're going to be setting up on to get like a nice hold on mid.
Mauricio goes down on the side of Enlite. This is going to be big for White Noise to take more space and control. Jaren's crabbing mid, holding the space and pushing them back in their spawn, allowing his team to move up. But right now they're not doing it, they're just holding them out and staggering.
I mean, yeah, there's so many spawns in mid, it's totally fine to play patient because you're just going to get so much threat for a push so quickly. And then if they do break like they do right here, you're just going to get points.
Two footballs. And break barrier and to get some points. But right now the Crab's behind, they need to live.
Yeah, desperation there. The Crab behind to cut off the clam spawn is really the only thing you can do. And that's a push down, and this time, Kiwi is right on the front lines. They're not close to the Crab Tank yet, but they have so many players in front. Unfortunately, the Brush goes down really early, though, trades with the Tetra, and that's going to already make things a bit more difficult. Wavebreaker comes out, and Mauricio's able to at least find one kill. As Zipcaster at the ready, probably wants to get the clams he has in first. They're able to get the power clam score. They also did grab their pity clam, though, so there's no pity clam to follow this up. And Mauricio wants to try to score, but there's just so many players on him. Gonna have to find a kill first. Gets the jump in. Kiwi does not get camped and is able to stall for a little bit. The Tetra gets a kill, and the Tetra goes in before going down. And it's just the Ink Brush who's not going to be able to sneak in a power clam as much as they try. But that is still a push. That is a lot of points on the board, and next time their push does not need to be as much in one direction.
Right now, they're going to have a lot of clams. And if they get this one big push and anyone goes out on White Noise, it's going to be bad for them.
Yeah, they, again, look at this. They have already two power clams immediately. The spawns on this map are just so fast, and they had to shut down that push. If they didn't, that would have been enough for a knockout.
Yeah. And right now, White Noise is gaining control and stalled out their push because now they have no ball. They have one now, but they had two and so many clans before.
Yeah, good to toss it back. Just ensure, okay, we have another 20 seconds now.
Wait a minute.
And the Squelcher is just somehow. And then the Crab is going to die. And then all of a sudden what looked like a very defendable position is now looking horrible.
Wait
two players go down. Are we going to see another clutch defense on this mode? It's only the splash. But it's not going to happen this time. The miracle defense cannot happen twice. And that play from the Squelcher just... Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
He rolled, hit the shots, and didn't decide to roll again and stayed still. Wow. Phenomenal play from the Stamper. Not Stamper,
just caught them
the
off
VDS.
guard, too.
That was amazing. Gave them the win. That's 4-1.
And well, can't lose anymore. You have to win now. Every game for the next 4 games.
Wow.
And White Noise, to their credit, they have done a good job. Like, they have become... Like, A, they already took a game, like, earlier in the set. But B, they've also come extremely close to winning 2 of the games now. Even on Rainmaker Brinewater, they were able to get a pretty good push, just a defense mess up. On Scorch, they got all the way to 8. And on this map, they got a really good push and were set up to defend at the end of the game. They aren't losing these games by much. If anything, they're winning for the majority of the match for most of these, and are just struggling to stop one big push. And so honestly, even if you're down this many games, you can't think of it that way. It's you have been close for all of these games. You just fix a little bit of the defending, like defend a little bit better, and you'll probably be fine here.
I think they just need to work on better defense and constantly not panicking. They're panicking a lot towards the end when they see an opportunity of the enemy team getting a push, and they're just choking it left and right. They need to be a little more patient and be aware of what's going on, because right now they're just diving constantly and letting players get into their spawn like the VDS did, and they're not punishing or trading anything. So they just need to be more aware and be a little more patient. And right now we're going into zone Tagglefish. So this is going to be a very back and forth map. So right now they need to work on how to retake like the zone and actually keep control and not be afraid of going back and forth. But we'll see how it goes, because I honestly think this will go in White Noise's favor.
Yeah, and here we go for the next game. Unfortunately, even though it's Hagglefish, the Atria has not come back. Big
Same
sad,
comp,
but
both teams.
yep, gonna just go with the brush, stick with the same comp. Both teams kind of know what they're doing is working. It's more just smaller things, so, you know, don't have to worry about changing the comp as much. Now, you do have to be careful, because Narisha probably wants to set up behind this mid block if possible and be able to put slashes further ahead. And so if he gets an opening to, like, walk behind this block once the crabs are done, that could be a bit scary. But fortunately for that, too many players go down for that to really be as massive as a threat. And at this point, he's just poking, trying to stay alive, but the Rapid will do an excellent job of being able to out-poke the Stamper in this spot, and that works out quite well for them. They're also able to find another kill, and the brush it goes down as well. That is a really nice setup for them. They're going to have Mines hold the zone, and that crab is honestly being used really early. There's not much of a follow-up from any of the players ready yet. Like, yes, they're in the zone now, but if they pushed up with it beforehand, like, at a later time, I feel like they would have been in a better spot. And a nice pick from Taco, immediately recognizing the sword. And the Squelcher goes down as well. It is just the brush who is stuck in a fight. And all of a sudden, this is looking bad. White Noise has a crab tank already, and they've already staggered the enemy team, but as I say that, that crab tank goes down early. And all of a sudden, the major advantage they have is kind of gone. The Wave Breaker is going to make it difficult for the Tetra to fight. The Splash is just not in a great position. And the zone's going to flip from what should have been a very dangerous fight for them to take. Zipcaster coming out from Narisha, not really able to find anything of it, but still able to get control of the zone. They're in the front of the map here. Crab comes out on the defending team. Narisha going to be stuck in the corner, but knows that he can just stall back off here and could be okay, but here comes the Tetra, trying to save the day, trying to find that kill, but ends up just getting baited.
Shut down by Narisha.
And Kiwi, with the excellent team play, just knowing to hang back there and clean up the Tetra safely to make sure the sword doesn't go down.
Right now, they're just holding so much aggression, and Tetra... No, April goes out, and that's going to be bad for them, because they have 2 down and 1 coming on a respawn, and right now they don't have zone. If they keep staggering like this, they're going to constantly lose points, and the penalty's going to go out.
Yeah, they at least got a cap in the midst of that fight, so the damage is not too severe. We're going to see Narisha hanging out around this left side of the map trying to poke and have that Zipcaster ready to try and deal with the crab tank. Going to actually be zipping and going for the other crab now, but struggling to find a good target. Really just kind of skipping back and forth, but not able to commit to any of them. At least able to get out there with the charge slash. Should be able to find the kill on Orion. No, barely misses it there.
Tetra gets him, and that's really good on the side of Orion. Orion's trying to go in and get another one.
I feel like a Reef Slider was not as helpful as you thought it would have been, and this Squelcher is still here. If at least goes down, though, it's fine. Losing the Reef Slider isn't the biggest deal in the world. And the crab tank's again being used a little bit early without too much follow-up. The counter crab is coming out, Narisha's getting pushed away, and this crab is going to be able to control the flank. But the other splash goes down, the Tetra goes down, the Rapid has nowhere to space from there, somehow get away and find a kill. And they're able to poke and almost get another. They're on the sword here, but they're just going to get ran by too many people. Finds a direct, but has no way of following that up with an incline as a sub open.
Great team play coming out from Enlite, and even though one just went down, all specials are going to start coming out now.
Ooh, this crab's going to get negated by the other crab. Ryan's going to be able to clean that up, getting 2 kills there. And this second crab, I don't know if it was needed to be used this far back, but it'll at the very least secure them control of the zone. They need to find and kill this ink brush before it stays behind them and becomes a problem. There we go, able to get that kill there. And the Squelcher is coming from spawn, trying to find a kill onto the Tetradoodle. He gets backed off into the corner. And the Rapid Blaster is very close to that triple ink strike. Gonna be able to use that on the crab tanks that go onto the glass. Gonna instead opt to pop it early and keep the sword and Squelcher out. And that actually finds a kill on the sword, but a bomb is gonna be able to trade it out. The crab's still buying time, and they find a kill, and they even 90 the Squelcher. With the Brush Squelcher combo, should be able to cap the zone. It should be able to cap the... There we go. Okay, almost managed to hold, and that would have been the game if they could. Orion on the flank here gets spotted out by Narisho, goes a little bit too close to the sword, takes horizontal slash to the face. And Narisho wants to find a stagger kill. Tetra's jumping in. Gonna have to be careful when camping that, though, and they are. They move to the side, and this Zipcaster could decide the game. If they're able to find a kill with it or negate a crab, Tetra goes down.
Getting bad. Wait, they're keeping an eye on the crab.
The sword is low, though. The sword has to dip away. Cannot get a kill. It's very difficult to fight crabs with sword on this map. It's one of the main weaknesses of sword on Hagglefish, but unfortunately, the Wavebreaker is holding control, and White Noise, despite negating the sword, was not able to have the resources to retake, and Enlite will take the LUTI Grand Finals set. 5-1. And they are your Division X champions.
Congrats to Enlite. White Noise played that very well as well. And that was so close at the end.
Yeah, really close thing to say, but yeah, that is GG's.